right, hello internet friends, I'm Ryan. This is Demos in the Dark. Sit back, relax. We're going to check out the new Forget Me Not from Alexander Pedals. Now this is a delay pedal, a stereo delay pedal with a whole bunch of really cool options. It's very easy to use as well. First thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna throw it down on a track. I'm gonna use it on Rhodes. I'm gonna use it on guitar. I'm also going to use it on samples. And then come on back here and I will show you how I got those sounds. Thanks for sticking around. If this is something you dig, crawling inside my head, hearing how I get these tracks together, then please subscribe below. Also, I would love to hear what you think in the comments. All right, so the Forget Me Not. What this is it's a delay, and you can think of it as having 4 different heads that you can blend in and out. Let's take a look at the controls here. On the top row, we got a time that goes between 5 and 900 milliseconds. You can also use the tap control below. You got a swell, sets the delay repeat level. Got a blend, mixes between direct and delay. Got a tone that controls the delay tone filter. Then we have A, B, C, and D. Those are essentially delay taps, tape heads. I don't care what you want to call them, but this is a multi-tap, multi-head delay. And you feed those in via those controls. Then you have a rate and depth. The rate sets the speed of the modulation. The depth sets the intensity. And then below we have these switches. So first we have the div, the div that's up is an 1/8 note, middle is a dotted 1/8, and down is a 1/4 note. You got spacing, and that sets the space between the delay heads. Up is near, mid is far, down is equal. Then you have a spread, sets the stereo width. Up is wide, mid is narrow, down is mono. Then you have the degrade, and that sets the echo fidelity. Up is trash, mid is grit, down is clean. Then waves sets the modulation wave. Random, square, sine, and the trails and bypass. Up is off, mid is forever, down is faded. In the middle, you have presets. They're really easy to pull up. You just hit that button, and if you want to save a preset, you hold it down. Tonight, I am running a Scythe Guitars OH19, and for this first section, it's a rhythm section, and that I did in stereo, and I ran it into the Neve DI there, and then I'm using the Fuchs plugins amp emulation. So the first part you hear is like this. So what I have going there is I have a Paul Cochran Tim on the front end, and like I said before, the Fuchs on the back end. And what I dialed in here was something just kind of nice, kind of dreamy. Nice, you can hear that sine wave in there. I'll bump up the depth some. So you got that going. That adds to just kind of the movement and the dreaminess of that particular part. All right, so the next section is a clean version of basically the same chord progression that I played earlier, which is just A minor 9, B minor 7, and then it's like an E augmented. You know, I really wanted, again, something really kind of dreamy, but even dreamier because it's clean. So I bumped up the swell a bit, definitely more blended in. Spread, I actually brought it closer in than it was before. And the spacing is about the same. Changed over to a square wave, but really brought the depth down a lot. And so you get... So for the lead stuff, I went mono. I think stereo is really good for rhythm stuff. Not so much for lead stuff. I think, you know, when it comes to lead stuff, I want focus. So I'm running into a Benson Amps Monarch reverb. Sounds like this. And for this one, I actually took an existing preset, which is the 4th preset that's on here. Factory preset, and then I just tweaked a bunch of knobs. So, you know, I put it to a 1/4 on the divisions because I wanted to fill out. Spacing, I left about the same. Spread, I have nothing. I have nothing from the spread going on because it's mono. I want it to be focused. The degrade is actually at its highest, and the rate and depth. So I have a square wave going really, really slow. And then on top, the blend is about the same. I darkened the sound of the reverb, or I darkened the sound of the delays as well. And comes out like this. That exited until 9th in there. Made it jazz, right? All right, so then we come to the next lead section, and I use the same delay with clean and overdrive. I moved to a dotted division there. The spacing is the same. The degrade, I brought up to its highest level, and I am really running that head in pretty heavy. And I went to the random on the wave, and I brightened up the tone again. It's just a really nice. You can hear that really, really great tape degradation sound on there. It's, you know, especially on some of the lower notes. And then for the second part, I kept the same thing going. I just added a silk tone fuzz on the front end. It definitely has some David Gilmour vibes to it, for sure. All right, so for that last solo section, again, I wanted to do something really kind of jarring because of where it sat in the song. You know, it's like you had the chords about So I wanted it to be jarring, which to me is always like a really, really short delay that there is a ton of it. You can see the blend is up there. The swell is down really, really low. We have a really fast delay time going. I still have the degrade going really, really high. And we've gone to a square wave. And what you end up getting is... Not good for fast playing, but if you really want something to stick out. All right, so there you go. That was just a brief look at the Forget-Me-Not from Alexander Pedals and how I used it to make a track. And it's a very cool pedal. Tons and tons of options. It's not like over the top. Like it looks like it's going to be over the top. I expected it to be over the top. It's really just a very useful tape delay. Like, and it has a really, really great sound to it. The modulation is really nice. You know, like your wow and flutter and stuff like that. The degradation is really, really cool. It's legit sounding. Very, very cool pedal. I mean, it's Alexander, so it's, you know, it's good stuff. So thank you, Matthew and Alexander Pedals, for sending this over for me to check out. And as always, thank you for the privilege of your time.